Hi folks, welcome to the next video in the series. This is for August 2016, basically looking at all the autographs received during this period. So basically, as with all the other videos, I'm just going to go through and kind of give you a rundown of what I've had and what I've added to the site recently, and hopefully it'll be interesting and you'll be entertained by the video you see. So this is the first autograph, and I should say the first set of autographs I've got here, as I mentioned in the last video, I went to London Film and Comic Con a couple of months ago now, and got a selection of autographs while I was there. So these first set are from that trip to London Film and Comic Con. So the first one we've got here, as you can see, is Kae Alexander. First saw Kae in Bad Education. She played Jing in Bad Education. But she's probably better known sort of outside of the UK as Leaf in Game of Thrones. So she was the character who helps Bran and Hodor during the sort of the last series that's just been on in Game of Thrones. She was a cool character, and she obviously had some of these Leaf autographs available. So here's a picture of Jing signing my autograph here, as you can see, and this is the autograph that I got from her. So yeah, really pleased with that. That's a really cool one, and another nice addition to my sort of Game of Thrones collection, which is growing steadily. The next one I got was Roberta Tovey. Roberta's probably best known as playing Susan Foreman in Doctor Who and the Daleks, and the following Doctor Who films, basically the films with Peter Cushing as the Doctor, with Bernard Cribbins and Roy Castle as sort of the companions in alternate films. So Roberta's the little girl in the red dress you can see in the picture there, and here's Roberta signing my picture at the event. Gotta say, she was such a nice lady, really friendly. If you ever get the chance to meet Roberta, if she's at a Comic-Con or something that you go to, definitely go and meet her. She's so friendly. She signed my picture. She was like, oh, let's get some photos, and we took photos together and stuff, and she was just so friendly, lovely woman. So really pleased with that one. Next autograph I got, sort of slightly out of my comfort zone. I used to watch the WWF, none of this WWE bull. I used to watch WWF back in the day when I was a youngster. Not really so much into it now, but when I went to London Film and Comic Con, one of my sort of wrestlers of my youth era, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, was there, and I absolutely had to get an autograph and a picture with him. So I went up and got a picture with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So this is the autograph I got. Best wishes, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Hall of Fame 2011, which is cool. Also got a picture of him signing like I normally do. And got a cool picture with him as well, so I'm really pleased with that. So that was really cool. He was a proper character at the Comic-Con, and again the queues to meet him were humongous, so he was obviously very popular in terms of the wrestling characters that were there. So that was really cool, and I'm pleased to add kind of something slightly out of my normal collecting zone, but pleased to add that to the autographs in my collection. The next couple I got are a couple of doctors who I've missed over the years for one reason or another. First one is Colin Baker, who was Doctor Six with his Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is really cool. So I met with Colin and got a signed picture from him. He did a little pose of him signing the picture as well. I just asked, do you mind if I take a picture while you're signing it? And he sort of stopped and did this sort of slightly bemused looking pose for me, which is funny. But yeah, really pleased to add Colin to my collection now, as I'm sort of building up pretty much everyone from Tom Baker upwards at the moment. Only missing really at this point Matt Smith and Christopher Eccleston. The rest I've pretty much got now. So that was cool, and I also managed to get an autograph from Paul McGann as well, who was Doctor 8. Only really appeared in the Doctor Who movie, the sort of American / BBC made Doctor Who movie, and he also did a sort of a small kind of tie-in for the 50th anniversary where he basically became the John Hurt War Doctor. I met Paul previously at a different Comic-Con, but just got a photo with him, never got an autograph, so I took the opportunity this time around to get a picture with him, an autograph from him. Again, also got a picture of him signing, which is cool. So that's him signing my picture there. And that's the picture I got signed, which I thought was quite a nice one of him. It's kind of very sort of doctory with lots of swirls and stuff around it. So yeah, I like that one. I'm really pleased with that. And that's actually it from my collection from London Film and Comic Con. I got loads of photo shoots done as well, but in terms of autographs, that was pretty much all I got. So the next load are a mixture of autographs that I got in person and autographs that I got through the mail. So moving on, and there is a bit of a Doctor Who theme going on at the moment. The next one is Freema Agyeman. Freema's probably best known from Doctor Who. She was a companion for David Tennant. Excuse me. And she took quite a while to get actually through the mail. I think this took around about a year or so to come back from Freema. I actually sent her 2 pictures. I sent her this one. She does tend to just sign Freema, so she doesn't sign it Freema Agyeman, so she just signs it with her first name. But I got this picture of her in character with David Tennant, and then I also got this one from her recent TV series Sense8 as well, which is a really good series. If you haven't seen it, it's well worth watching. She did actually dedicate this one to me as well, which is quite cool. So I'm pleased I got one dedicated and one undedicated. So yeah, nice response from her. But as I say, took probably well over a year to get a response back. So if you're after something from Freema, don't expect a response particularly quickly. Next set of autographs I've got are from Joanna Page. Joanna's probably best known as Stacey in the series Gavin and Stacey. She was in Love Actually, and she's been in Doctor Who as well. I'm really pleased with this one. This was a really quick turnaround. This was about a 3-month turnaround, but there are numerous people who I've seen on forums and other autograph collecting sites who've been writing to Joanna and haven't had a response from her. So to have had a response pretty quickly in about 3 months was really cool. I sent her 3 pictures and she signed them all. This is one just from a sort of glamour shot she did. This is her from Doctor Who. And this one is from the series Gavin and Stacey. So she signed all 3. As I say, I'm really, really pleased to have got these back, and that's a great one to add to my collection. The next ones I got are actually some in-person shots. I actually found out the awesome new current Doctor Peter Capaldi was filming fairly close to my house. So just popped along on the off chance with a few pics and thought, why not? Let's see if I can get some autographs from Peter. As it turned out, I actually went back a couple of times over the course of a sort of a week or so that he was filming. Managed to get a few items signed. Got this Doctor picture signed, which is really cool. Credit for the picture, or giving me the picture, goes to my colleague, my mate, sort of fellow collector, Adam, who gave me this, who was there because I didn't have anything to sign, stupidly, so he gave me this one to sign, and then went back again with my Doctor Who magazine, the current Doctor Who magazine. It's kind of black pen on his dark top, so you can probably just about make the autograph out. Unfortunately, I missed Pearl Mackie, the new assistant, twice when I went. She literally left minutes before I got there, which was unfortunate, but there we go. And I also got this signed as well, which was a sort of like a sort of A5 postcard that was in with the Doctor Who magazine, and it was sort of a comic adventure that Peter Capaldi's Doctor was in. So I got this signed as well, just because it was something different, really. And I got a few photos with Peter. My favourite one is this one. I absolutely love it. Basically, I don't know if you've seen people do photographs with Peter, but he normally tends to kind of just do a very serious Doctor face. So I got a serious Doctor pic with him, and I said, Peter, any chance of a cheesy smile? And he said, I don't have a cheesy smile, and just laughed, and I took a quick snap, and that's the picture I got. So I'm really pleased to kind of get a smiley Capaldi, which is a fairly rare thing, really. So yeah, really pleased to meet Peter again. This is the second time I've met Capaldi now in person and managed to get something signed from him, so that's really cool. The next set of autographs I got are from the lovely Barbara Windsor. Barbara's probably best known for her appearances in the Carry On films, through the sort of 60s and 70s, and she was also on EastEnders fairly recently, the UK series EastEnders as well. But I sent her 2 pictures, one which is from one of the Carry On films, which is the first one you can see here. I also sent her one of the sort of glamour pictures that she had online, which she signed, and she also sent one of her own sort of more recent pictures as well, which is really cool. So I sent 2 to her and got 3 back. Really quick turnaround again, probably a month and a half at most, so really, really happy with that, and all 3 signed. I'm a huge fan of the Carry On films, and obviously they're quite old, the films, and the actors are getting on a little bit, and there's actually not that many of surviving actors from Carry On films still with us, unfortunately. So I was really pleased to get these back from Barbara. I have already had one signed from her years and years ago when I first started collecting, but I wanted to get something more sort of up to date from her, so yeah, really pleased with these. And the next one I got back was from Graeme Garden, who was one of the Goodies, the comedy group The Goodies. He also did the narration on the TV series Bananaman as well, for those who know that. So Graeme's one of the 3 Goodies with Tim Brooke Taylor and Bill Oddie. I might send at least one of these autographs. I sent these two and got them both signed back from him. I might send at least one of these to Tim Brooke-Taylor to get signed as well. I'm pretty sure Bill Oddie doesn't tend to sign anymore, so the likelihood is it's probably fairly unlikely I'm going to get anything from him. But I may send to Tim Brooke-Taylor and see if he can sign it as well. But yeah, I mean, you know, sort of comedy legends from the 70s and whatever, so British television comedy, so really cool to get those both back signed by Graeme. And the next one I got, so you can see it's been a pretty busy month, to be honest, in terms of responses. The next one I got was Nigel Planer, who probably best known as Neil the Hippie in The Young Ones, but he's also done things like the Comic Strip Presents series, and he's done loads and loads of stuff. I'm a huge fan of The Young Ones. I've already got a signed picture of Rick Mail, who sadly has passed away, is no longer with us, and that's sort of earlier on in my autograph collection. If you want to search for Rick via the search bar on the side and type in M for the surname, and you should be able to scroll through and find Rick's autograph from there. But I only sent one pic off to Nigel because I know previously people have written to him and sent a number of pics and only had one back signed, so I chose this picture from The Young Ones, which he signed and returned. Adrian Edmondson's quite hard to get hold of apparently through the mail, so I might have to hang on with that one. Yeah, you know, hopefully at least get a collection of all of The Young Ones characters signed at some point, so that'd be really cool. So really pleased with this one from Nigel Planer. Again, pretty quick turnaround. I think this is less than a month, which is really cool. And the last one for this month, which is awesome, I'm chuffed to bits with it, is Sir Ian McKellen and Owen Teale. Sir Ian McKellen's best known as, for those who don't know, where have you been in your life? Ian McKellen is best known as Magneto in X-Men and Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. Owen Teale is probably best known as one of the characters, I can't remember his name now, it's gone out of my head. He's one of the characters who, Game of Thrones spoiler alert here, if you haven't watched the last series, I would suggest you stop watching this video now. This is a Game of Thrones spoiler alert, but he was one of the guards who killed Jon Snow. I did say there was a spoiler alert, who killed Jon Snow in, I think it was series 5 of Game of Thrones. He was the kind of the head of the Black Watch before Jon Snow took over from him. I went to a show that Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen were starring in Cardiff. Waited before the start of the show, managed to get Ian McKellen to sign for me, which is cool. And here's a picture of Ian McKellen signing outside the show, which is awesome. Owen Teale came along. He isn't in the picture, obviously, but I got him to sign the top of the photograph. So Owen Teale's autograph's the one going across the top, and there's a picture of me with Owen that I got outside of the show. But unfortunately, Patrick Stewart turned up. He was running late, and he just basically walked past and said, "No, sorry, I can't sign anything. I'm too busy." So I'm toying with the idea. I'm not sure at the moment, but I'm toying with the idea of sending this picture to Patrick Stewart via venue in London where the show is taking place to see if he'll sign it. He has apparently signed through the mail before, so I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see. I've already got Ian McKellen's autograph, so I could be tempted to possibly risk losing this one, but we will see. So possibly in a future update, you may see this picture added to with Patrick Stewart's autograph, and that would be amazing. I'd be chuffed to bits with that. And that's basically it for this month. Hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you've got any comments, please leave them below. I'll be happy to answer anything. If you want to follow me, please subscribe to the channel. That would be fantastic. And see you next month for more. Cheers. Thank you.